Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. Today, I want to speak to you on the subject matter, the power of the people. Let me begin by talking about a couple of people that represent a certain amount of power in this country. A Republican president and a Democratic president. Not too long ago, we had a Republican president by the name of George W. Bush. Many people thought that President Bush would be a nice president, and some people thought he ended up being a good president. But at least half of the people didn't think that he was. They think that he was a criminal in regards to some of the foreign affairs, in references to Iraq and Afghanistan. But more than that, he just didn't do too much for people who were poor. And so they always believed that a Democrat would do better. So that was the legacy of George W. Bush. And he had two daughters, innocent young ladies, who were taught by their families, who whatever philosophy of life George Bush probably carried, I'm sure that if not identical, very close, was that of the daughters. And yet they know that people, many of them love their dad, and many of them can't stand their dad. And I was one of those who really was upset, couldn't stand their dad. And then comes along a Democratic president. Not only that, a black man who everybody believed would always be better than a white man. And he comes along and he does a couple of things, but he's no different than the white man. And he has two daughters. And being black like me, I would hate to say something negative before their daughters, because they love him just like the Bushes love their dad. But if I'm honest and genuine, I have to say the same thing about their dad as I said about Bush, the Republican. Their dad didn't do anything either. And while George Bush, I believe, is a wonderful man, Barack Obama is a wonderful man, that doesn't serve the cause of the people. My wife voted for Obama. I'm sure her interest was that since the public had given the cry that if this man possibly could win, so she wanted to support him in his win, knowing that I couldn't win, wouldn't win. Yet and still, I ran against Barack Obama because I knew that the things that I aspire for the people of this nation, George Bush, Barack Obama, and other Obamas or Bushes or Clintons, have never indicated one iota of interest in that regard. So I find myself out here telling people that the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, will never serve the true cause of life. Now, they might serve the cause of Republicans or the cause of Democrats, but never the cause of life. I see this happening in relationships where it creates those who have lots. We call them the haves and the have-nots. I don't want to really get into that today, but they do exist, the haves and the have-nots, and it's ugly. I want to change that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me cut in and say this. I've been considering being the next president of the United States. I've considered the next election for the governor of the state of Minnesota, run for that office and win, knowing that as soon as the presidential election comes up, I'm going to jump in there, and my plan is to win. Now, the reason I plan to win is because I am the man. I am the only man or candidate, let me put it that way. I am the only candidate that would run on the basic idea of changing this system to make this system work for you, not against you. You are what's important, not the system. So when you are important, then we, the people, establish a system that works for all of us. Now, I know the system that works today works for many of us, but more than that, it works against us. That is no excuse for this system to continue to exist because some benefit. No, I want to change this. And I know you do too. So I am your man. Now, I realize we got a Congress. And as we've watched for the past few years, it's very difficult to get something through Congress. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that the power is with the people. We, the people, want these changes. We demand these changes, and we will get these changes. I don't care how many lobbyists are being paid. I don't care how many politicians have been bought. These changes are changes that we, the people, must demand. And we have the power to unseat, recall any politician that's up there doing anything contrary to the wishes and the desires of the people. And there's no money that is capable of putting itself above that of the people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know I'm serious about this. Now, in the past, I have sought after that office, and I have always done so as a write-in candidate because I didn't have the organization to go out there and get the signatures or the money to buy in. And I still haven't either. But you, here again, I'm one. You are one. But together we are a body. And there's nothing stronger than a body with all of its parts working for the common good. And this common good, here again, is you, the people. I want you to be happy. Ladies and gentlemen, in order for that to happen, the system has to change. Now the system is a slave. It keeps you burdened. It keeps you like that. And we can change that. I don't want you to have to worry about education again, not for yourselves or your children. God, believe this. I don't want you to ever have to worry about health care. Do you have it? Will you have it available for your children? Insurance, will it be this or will it be that? I don't ever want you to have to worry about a career again. And not just any career, but a career of your choosing. I don't want you to have to worry about that. I know you don't want to have to worry about that. You have heard Republicans, you have heard Democrats, you've heard men, you've heard women say these things at the local level, at the state level, at the federal level. And ladies and gentlemen, it never comes to pass. Never come to pass. Because they ignored the one big problem, and that is the system. Now you say, well, we've got the best system in the world. How do you know? Who told you that? I know somebody told you because you haven't discovered this for yourselves. No. And even if it is the best system on the face of the earth, it's not good enough. Why? Because it left you out. And if it left you out, it's not good enough because your maker provided for you. And those who are led by a spirit outside of exploitation, outside of bigotry and racism and ugliness, there are those who want everyone to succeed and commit their lives to it. Now, the truest power that you can ever express is in directing something, an activity that is supportive of not only you, but it hurts no one. In fact, it benefits everybody. Now that's a call I know that many of you think that you're incapable of meeting. But I promise you, you are capable. You are capable. Men, if you went to the urinal to take care of business and nothing came but the desire to do it was there overwhelmingly, but nothing came. You know, for those of you who have experienced that, you know that feeling? For those of you who haven't, I know you don't even want to think about that feeling. But that's the way it is when a society doesn't come together and work for the common good. At that you want to take care of your business like, whoo, that was nice. And that's the way you want to live in society. Whoa, that was nice. Not, struggling, competing, bitching, none of that. Let's end it. You got the power. Bye bye.